Dude, doesn't that rip?
You're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.
Welcome back, play boys, play girls, and play thems. The You're an Idiot podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Geoffrey Osmond.
Pandering to the woke mob, I see.
We got to do what we got to do.
I think it's not you. It's not who you are, and it just doesn't fit who you are.
I'm like a cool...
You're not thinking about the gender queer of America.
I think that they all are probably cool people.
Every single gay person's cool.
No,
not true.
Can't be.
Not true. There were gay people on Epstein's Island too. It's not just for straights.
So were the gay guys also hooking up with the young girls, or were they just kind of
gay?
Hanging?
You lose your sexuality when they're children.
I
like, well, I like gay men when they're adults, but when they're little, I'll go for the girls.
I like gay men. I'm gay when they're above 20.
Once they turn 18, then I'm gay.
Yeah.
Before that, I'm a pedophile.
Yeah.
I'm an equal opportunity pedophile. I don't think that's how it works exactly.
I guess that's not cool either. Yeah. So, but yeah, welcome back, Days.
Welcome back in the year 2029, folks.
If you are a pedophile and you listen to us, if you donate, you're fine.
If you are in the $10 tier, that is, and you are in the $10 tier for over a year, you're allowed to be a pedophile.
Yeah,
you're supporting starving artists, and that's one good thing. Then that cancels out your one bad thing of being a known pedophile.
Tit for tat.
Tit for tat, tit for little boy dick. Yes. So that's how it goes. Drago, the new year, new you. You feeling good?
I am feeling good. I'm not feeling actually good from yesterday. Jeff beat me in our fantasy
champion, folks. $700 richer. Sorry.
I still get $300, but
he sent me a steakhouse he wants me to take him to in Raleigh, North Carolina.
I found a good spot.
The chances are slim we go there, and if we do, I bet he'll just get a mashed potato. Watch Daddy finish an entire beef rack.
He'll have he'll have the what is it?
Give me the prime rib. Give me the filet mignon. And give this man a couple russet potatoes. Give him a baked potato. Maybe he'll have Wendy's deliver him a baked potato on the side.
The sweet potatoes at Steakhouses are so good, man. They're so good.
I don't know. We might be going to Stefano's on Wednesday, so I'll tell you if that's a good spot or not. That's the big.
I've been there twice.
Is it good?
It's amazing.
Is it better than Peter Luger's? Because I thought that was kind of a racket.
Never been to PL's, but
it has like a much higher rating than Peter Luger's, so I hope it's good.
Stefano's rocks, dude.
Is it good? Is it just simple menu?
Definitely.
Steak, potatoes. That's it.
It's got it all.
It's got it all.
It's got it all.
No, it doesn't. It has like 4 things on the menu.
I went there with Matt, dude. It was awesome.
It's got it all. You can get steak, potatoes, and a couple vegetables.
Yeah,
it's got it all.
I think some Brussies are in there.
Some Brussels. Wow,
maybe
it's got it all.
Maybe some fries.
Holy shit, man!
I think you can get fries too if you want.
If you go to get fries at a fancy steak place, you should be shot. That's
you can
wrong.
get fries, dude. Fries are okay.
I don't think so.
Let's look at the fucking menu, dude.
Look at the menu. Why not? I
got time.
I'm a little hungover today. I had a couple gin and tonics before getting on a late night Chinatown bus from Albany, New York, folks.
A couple G&Ts.
I'm not gonna say anything about the Chinese, but I'll say this: old Chinese men are built different. Drago's not paying attention. He's looking at the menu. He's not even listening to what I'm saying.
It looks like they got eggs too.
Oh, they got eggs on the menu. Why would I get
sweet and
steak
spicy bacon?
Okay.
I hope I'm on the right one.
And what else would you? Yeah. Maybe let's look. We can look at the menu later. Maybe you're not a good person to be distracted.
Well, I can't multitask.
Yeah, exactly. When you're on your phone,
you can get crab cakes.
Okay. Yeah.
Right,
so now he's just reading the menu from Stefano's. That's what the podcast has become. He's just reading the menu of a steakhouse he's been to before.
And it's awesome.
We're in episode 108, folks. We've run out of stuff to talk about. Now we are reading the menu from a local steakhouse.
I just feel like if I could have taken a loss to the 11 other people, but the fact that you had to beat me in this shit, like if you didn't beat me, if someone else beat me, I'd been like, damn.
In fantasy, you mean?
Oh, yeah, in fantasy. I would have been like, great year.
I was the better manager. I had amazing waiver wire pickups throughout the year.
So
I got
were mine.
Devon Achani. I got Puka Nakwa. I got, what was the other guy? Oh, Sam Howell was a huge starting quarterback for
I
me
got
most of the
Zach
year.
Moss and Jake Ferguson. Those were huge for me.
Yeah, it didn't mean anything though because I'm the champion and you're not, and
I
people
won.
will remember fantasy football. It's not just for jocks anymore. Autistic people, we're
I
we're
won
winning now.
$300 still. So
No one cares about $300.
is it coming back?
I don't know. Like last couple hours, the goo's coming back. It comes in waves. It was fine yesterday. Now it's back again. If anyone knows what's going on, it makes no sense. I don't understand
Do we have
it.
any medical health professionals that listen to
Well,
us?
there is a new disease. I think I might have the 100-day cough. It's this disease, mysterious disease that's been found in Florida. That they actually think there's a new pandemic brewing. I actually think they're right. I bet in 2 months there'll be a new pandemic.
Do you think we'll lock down again?
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, we've all decided we would rather kill the general population than sacrifice our outside time. So we're never going to do that again. We're all just going to suffer, and there's going to be mass death. It's no big deal.
Closing up the restaurants was bullshit, dude.
You can dine outside. There's no winter. There's no such thing as winter anymore. We can just dine outside whenever we want. It hasn't snowed in New York in 600 days.
Jeff, dude, it was brutal here on Saturday. It came down.
It didn't even snow.
It came down for 10 hours.
What came down? Rain in December
and snow.
in
Dude.
January.
It was like that brutal combo of like icy rain.
Do you know what that's called?
Sleet.
Oh wow. Okay.
Is that it?
That was right. Wow, you really went through the Rolodex right there, and you found sleet. Ding, ding. No, not sluice. No, not slime. Oh, sleet. Okay.
Yeah, you got it. But yeah, dude, it was fucking awful. I didn't leave. I didn't leave Bushwick.
It was
and I hate
January
Bushwick.
4th, and it was raining. It's not awful.
It was freezing, dude. It was like freezy. It was freezy rain.
It wasn't nice, but there's no such thing as winter anymore. There will never be a winter again in New York, and that might be good. I'm not against that.
The entire Midwest is about to get 25 inches of snow this week.
Great, and then it will melt in 5 days. Yeah, that's what winter. It's just blips and it's just little moments.
That's what winter is.
No, when I was a kid, I was a kid, there was snow on the ground from mid-November to late March every day. It did not melt. It did not happen.
But Minnesota's a different ballgame, dude.
But now there was no snow. I was just there. There was like a flurry. There was like a quarter of an inch of snow on the ground on Christmas, folks. On Christmas,
dude.
I'm just saying, let's have a good time, folks, because it's ending quick. It's unraveling.
Go to Steakhouses. Take your feature to a steakhouse.
We won't get to episode 250. The civilization will have collapsed before we get to 250.
Can't wait.
Let's just go. We can't. We got to have Steakhouses now. We got about 2 or 3 years left. Let's have a good time.
Couple more
folks.
tours.
It's time to start microdosing mushrooms. It's time to do whatever you want, folks.
Where were you again last night?
I was in Albany, New York. A sad place, folks, but a great show. The people in these sad towns, they need entertainment, and thank you everyone who came out. This guy gave me like 12 joints and an eighth of weed. Keith, you're my man. Love you, Keith. That was pretty cool. And a jazz band played before me. That rocked. There was a jazz band.
Oh, really?
It's tough to follow music because it's so much better.
Right.
I was like, no, you guys just keep playing. Why I have to go on stage and be like, you ever realize Play-Doh tastes like cum, but cum doesn't taste like Play-Doh?
Right.
It's like you can't follow an amazing... These guys are ripping. And then this woman came on stage and sang Valerie and Crazy by Gnarls Barkley. It was
this
incredible. Place? It was Albany has like one hopping little jazz bar, Lark Street Tavern. It's not a jazz bar, but it had a little jazz room in the back.
A comedy night?
Yeah, well, they just kind of did it for me. It was the first time they'd done it, but they're doing it
No way.
This guy, I was the first one to do it with this series, I think, but they're doing it regularly. It was great.
That's really cool.
Albany's fun. 50 people jammed in a room. They loved me. Albany's my favorite city in America. God bless whoever has to live there, though. My God,
yeah,
that is a bleak spot.
How far was that drive?
I took the train. It was a beautiful train ride because they do have snow up there. It was a beautiful ride along the Hudson River Valley, probably about 3 hours. But I took the train in the wrong direction, folks. I took a train to Washington, D.C., and I got to Newark, New Jersey, and the conductor's like, you're on the wrong train, buddy. And then
oh my God.
I had to like transfer again and buy a new ticket for $100. It's kind of a nightmare. There were 2 trains at the same time, and my autism failed me, folks. I think that's proof I'm not autistic. I got on the wrong train. I think you can't say it anymore. I'm not this autistic fuck. I went the wrong direction. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, but you still you talk too loud at bars, which is a sign of autism.
What?
When you like raise
Everyone talks loud at bars.
No, but like you really talk loud. It's like when you I think isn't like the tiz part of it like you have like a lack of
self-awareness.
Like your audio isn't really up there.
I do talk loudly. Yeah, it's just cuz I'm right every time I talk, so I want people to know
my boy Nate, who's also a little bit of the tiz.
Nate Fisher, who was on the pod. You always say my boy Nate. He's been on the podcast.
Great man.
Very loud. He made me look like I was whispering.
Well, I'm just saying.
One of the loudest men I've ever spoken to.
He's severe.
He's right.
Tiz.
He was right.
He's probably severe tiz.
He has severe tism.
You're probably
actually, Drago,
medium.
this is a good time. You mentioned something. We didn't talk about this on the pod. You asked your mom over Christmas break, how old were you when you said your first words? Remember what you told me?
Oh yeah, I didn't speak till I was 3.
What did you tell me? What your mom said? What? You didn't speak till you were 3 years old.
I didn't speak till I was 3 years old.
What was your first word?
No idea.
Did she tell you?
No idea.
You don't. Okay.
Apparently, my brother would speak for me, which is not uncommon. Apparently.
That what he would like look at you and be like, Alex wants bottle.
Yeah, I'd be like, and my brother would be like, he wants this, he wants that.
Wow, and he was probably completely wrong, and you were just like, fuck
and I was just autistic. Yeah,
you were just harboring this resentment. You're like, I want the bottle, I want the fucking food.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
know.
I have shit in my pants. I don't want more water.
Yeah, I'm
covered in poop
too.
right now. I don't need Gerber baby food. Wow.
Yeah, so three is late, right?
Most people learn at like a year and a half to 2 years.
Maybe, yeah.
So you were a year late.
People get the words in about 2 years in.
You were about 50% late.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is a sign of the tiz.
It's one of the major signs of autism. I spoke at a normal age.
I bet.
Another example that I'm perfect
being
and nothing wrong
stupid,
with me.
though. It's got to be a sign of being dumb.
Are you conflating dumbness and autism? That's an interesting...
no, I'm saying maybe I'm not autistic, but I'm just dumb.
I don't think that's how it works.
Can you be medically dumb?
Yeah, it's a word we don't say. Yeah. My mom worked with medically dumb people her entire life.
I think I maybe have something, because if I'm not speaking till 3, then you're born a little.
You're just a year behind everyone. You were 7 years old. You're like, I've only been speaking for 4 years. I'm in first grade already. You want me to learn the letters? I just started talking.
I can honestly say
you went to preschool a year after you said your first word. My God.
Yeah, but that's why
I bet you were a weird play pal.
But that's why I developed that. Sometimes my stutter a little bit. Sometimes I stutter.
Yeah. Was it worse when you were a kid?
Way worse.
Did you have a speech coach?
No.
You didn't have to do King's speech, put marbles in your mouth?
No.
All that? We talked about this before. You don't remember the reference?
Oh, yeah,
King's
speech.
Yeah.
I didn't see the movie, though.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I saw Cape Fear last night.
I've never seen it. I know of it. I know there's a Simpsons episode based on it. That's how I know about it. That's it.
Oh yeah, with Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, Sideshow Bob stows under the car and tries to kill them.
This one's with Robert De Niro and Juliette Lewis.
Well, yeah, I know it's not a cartoon.
What's her name?
This version of Cape Fear actually doesn't have Homer Simpson in
That's
it.
not what
weird.
I'm talking about. I want to give this lady her flowers, dude.
Why are you looking at your phone for this?
Juliette Lewis, yeah.
Oh, Juliette Lewis.
I was texting with Nate about it.
Yeah.
That was like one of the best performances I've seen in a long time. She was the daughter in it.
Okay.
And she's like weirdly also kind of like attracted to De Niro. They make out during it. It's kind of wild.
Wait,
dude.
he's the dad?
He's the murderer. He's the rapist.
Oh,
And
he's raping her?
No. He raped someone else.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And she makes out with him during it.
But he's like 40 years older than her?
Definitely.
Oh, I think stuff like that in movies is weird. I don't like it. I don't find that. I don't want to watch that. That's not
but like
entertaining to
me
me
saying it, like if I just described Avatar, you wouldn't be like, gotta see it. Like I can't describe anything. And
well,
make it
Avatar
sound
is a
good.
bad movie, so that's a bad example.
If I described Gangs of New York, you wouldn't be like, gotta see it.
Okay, actually, this is good. Yeah, you try to describe a movie to me. Describe Describe Lord of the Rings to me. How would you describe Lord of the Rings to me? I've never heard of it. I don't know anything about the lore.
Okay.
How do you describe Lord of the Rings to me?
So there's
pitch this movie to me.
There's hobbits.
What's a hobbit? I've never heard that word in my life.
They're 3 feet tall.
They're 3 feet tall people. Okay.
With big feet.
What? Their feet are really big. Huh. Okay.
And there's this thing called the Ring of Power.
There's a ring. What do you mean, like a wedding ring?
Yeah, and it was made by elves.
Elves, like Santa's elves.
No, like
how are they
these
different?
These are like cool.
They're wearing
these
like
are
green
cool.
hats. They make like Keebler. What are they?
These elves are gay looking and like
they're gay elves.
Cool. They're
cool gay.
I say they're probably gay, but they're badass.
Badass.
And they
gay.
made the Ring of Power, and then
they made a really powerful wedding band.
I am a bit of at an impasse here.
Yeah, I think you're gonna run out real quickly here.
And there's also humans.
But
So
hobbits aren't humans.
In this world, there's different like races of people.
Just like our world.
Well, different types of people.
Just like our world.
In a way,
So
but
is
they're
set
like
on Earth?
these people are way different.
What's the world called? Is it on Earth?
Middle Earth.
Middle Earth.
Yes.
So it's in the middle of our Earth. It's underneath the crust.
It's in the middle of Earth, and then but why? How did this? But then how did Sauron come out?
Who's Sauron? This isn't. You've seen these movies probably 20 times. This is the best. This is the best description you can.
There's
give.
a Ring of Power, and people fight, and all the races fight.
They're
over
fighting
it.
over a piece of jewelry. Why
Yeah,
don't they
because
just make
it's
their
got
own?
all the power. It can do
Why don't
everything.
they just make? What do you mean? You can make your dick big. It can make. What does it do?
It makes you disappear.
Makes you live forever. What does it
yes,
do?
it makes you disappear.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, you can't really die when you're wearing it.
I know. Well, the only thing I know about Lord of the Rings is this guy named Smeagol. What's this What's his deal? I've heard of this Smeagol.
How does Sauron even come into the picture?
Oh my!
God.
Sauron.
Sauron is a fuck. Which one is he?
You know nothing about these.
There's
movies.
also a wizard named Gandalf.
Wizard named. Is he the only wizard?
So basically, the ring gets lost for like thousands of years.
How do you lose the most powerful object on the planet?
It was lost in a war.
Oh, they just had a war, and then the guy forgot where he put it?
Well, yeah, there was a war over the ring, and man got it, or humans got it.
Humans got it, not hobbits.
We defeated bad guys, which are like orcs, which are like...
Orc? I've never heard that word in my life.
Mork
and Mindy?
They're like...
Robin Williams?
They're like ugly... They're actually... Orcs aren't they like...
They're ugly?
Hobbits? Yes, they're ugly and they're hobbits in a weird way.
They're hobbits. So the ugly hobbits are orcs?
Aren't orcs made from the ground? They're made from the trees.
I've never seen the movie. I don't know.
Well, anyways, these guys are ugly and they're made from the trees.
The ugly men who are made from trees?
Mm-hmm.
I think you've really fallen off the ledge here. I have to step in and stop playing this character. Or they're not made from trees.
Yes,
what
they
are
are.
you talking about?
Aren't they made when
the Ents? You think they're made from the Ents?
No, they're made.
Orcs are elves. They're bastardized elves.
But the Uruk-hai are made from the trees, right?
No.
Yes,
how would they be made from a tree?
They're like made under the ground or some shit.
They are the like man and elf combined. The Uruk-hai are. They use the trees to like power the furnaces to make their weapons. They don't make them. I can't, as a nerd, I can't watch you besmirch the Lord of the Rings canon like this.
Oh, my bad.
How would they be made from trees?
I don't know. I just remember that scene where the tree goes in and they fucking...
That trees destroy Saruman.
No. When they're making when they're when they're spawning.
Yeah, the trees make the fire that make that factory go.
That would
burn.
also make sense.
That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Well, the way you described the movie, I would never see it. That was one of the most convoluted descriptions I've ever heard.
That movie there's so much going on though.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be like one man's destiny to search for a hidden weapon. That'd be a better way to sell it.
Sucks.
Better than what you did. You said they make little elves from trees. I think there's like these gay, but they're cool. They're gay, but they're cool.
There's gay badass elves.
Gay badass elves, sure.
Who are probably gay, but we don't know that.
Yeah. We never do find out. You never do find out if Aragorn or Legolas are gay. They don't really touch on the sexuality of Middle-earth all that much. And one day I hope to see a queer reboot of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Lord of the... He put a ring on it. Come on. Come on, we're trying to have fun, folks. What else is going on,
If
Drago?
he's just not that into you, Lord of the Rings crossover, that'd be sweet.
I don't know that movie.
Have you seen that
so
movie?
I've never seen it.
Man, I feel like rom-coms and you just really don't get. It's oil and water.
I don't like the cheesy rom-coms. I like a 500 Days of Summer. That's fun.
Oh,
That's like an artsy
spare me.
rom-com. I like a faux artsy.
Okay.
I love that. That's fun. But yeah, no.
Adventureland,
Never heard of it.
amazing movie.
Never heard of it.
Are you serious?
I've never heard.
With Jesse Eisenberg and the girl from Twilight, Kristen Dunst or Kristen Stewart,
I never heard of it. No.
Ryan Reynolds.
It's not going to ring a bell. I've never heard
You've
of it.
never seen Adventureland?
I've never seen it. I haven't seen Cape Fear. I haven't seen Citizen Kane. I haven't seen
Rosebud.
any of these movies. I don't watch movies. I'm out. Unless you go to the theater, I'm out.
I saw Iron Claw.
I've heard.
Did I talk about that in the
You
last
didn't.
pod?
You didn't talk about it. You said you went to the theater for the first time in 5 years. You didn't say.
And then
what
you didn't
saw.
care about what I saw.
I didn't ask. That's true. I didn't
Bad
care
friend
that
alert.
much. If I'm being honest, I was like, "Oh, great, Drago finally got out of the fucking house."
It's about a wrestling
He wasn't
family.
drinking screwdrivers with his roommates. Finally, I'm glad he stopped doing that.
I actually haven't drank since Saturday. Dude, Saturday, I told you I got into pool, right?
He did. Drago was texting our group chat pretty lit up Saturday night, like, "Yo, guys, you ever played pool at a bar? It's like the most fun thing you can do."
Definitely going to be a pool guy. And also, so we're playing pool. This girl runs up. She's like, "It's my birthday. I want to go next." And we're like, "No."
Ugh,
She's like,
God.
"Come on, you just got to let me go next. Please let me go next." And we're like, "No.
Can't.
We're in line. This is the pool
You don't
rules."
get to break the rules.
I'm a
in
pool
that
guy.
case. You don't. I'm sorry.
She looks at me.
Unless it's her 21st, it doesn't matter.
She looks at me and Touche, Jackson Tucci, my roommate, one of the best people of all time. She looks at us and she goes, "I put a hex on you too." She hexed us.
She hexed you. Was she a witch-looking white woman?
Actually, kind of.
Wow.
But
so she
hot,
might actually
but-
have the spells to back it up.
and busty, if I may add.
Wow. And you didn't give in to a busty woman.
So what happened
You
was,
couldn't even say, "We'll play you next."
so me and Touche play. Well, we were up next.
Oh.
So me and Touche play. We lose. Clearly hexed. We're clearly hexed.
Or you're just bad at pool.
I was kind of banging in balls left and right.
Sure.
Can't lie.
God, I
about
can't
that.
believe you just discovered pool at age 32.
No, I used to play pool back in high school. And
He's finally back, folks. The long hiatus is over.
I used to be like, oh, like that'll take you away from like the crowd. Like it's kind of like you're just kind of like isolating yourself. But no, it's
Well,
like
because you had too many well-wishers in high school.
there's a lot of camaraderie now. No, I'm saying in my 20s, like going to bars, but like, why would you play pool and like waste 3 hours just like kind of staying over there, like not being around? But really, it's there. You're really meeting people way quicker, and like it's way more of a social thing.
You guys were making friends with other pool players?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, name one of them?
Aaron.
Aaron, what do you learn about Aaron?
Aaron, she's friends with the girl that lives in our neighborhood, that lives by us.
She's friends with the girl who lives in the same neighborhood as you in
And
New York.
we met that girl too.
Wow. And then you hit it off.
Yeah, so those two girls were cool.
You're going on a date with one of them?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because just weren't my type.
Oh, okay. But they're friends. That's good.
Then we
This
did
is
it.
good
We did
for
we
you.
did everything we could to get off the hex.
Please tell these two women were they white or not white?
One was not. One was white.
Oh, interesting. How she
And they-
wasn't your type.
And they both
Interesting.
wanted us to. So to get out of the hex, we just had to buy the girl a Paloma.
You bought her a drink, and she said you're unhexed.
She goes, "You're not hexed anymore."
Oh, I hate this woman.
Yeah,
That's
no.
incredibly annoying.
Busty nonetheless.
Busty nonetheless. Drago will buy you a Paloma if you put a hex on him.
For a
folks.
second, me and Touche were like, "Damn, dude, are we really hexed? We gotta get out of this thing." You know?
How drunk were you? Jesus Christ. What did you say you were drinking?
BL smoothies and Guinness.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, the man's going back to college, folks.
Bud Lights are good.
I'm not saying they're not, but playing pool, flirting with busty witches, he's back, folks.
I am.
He's a Bushwick boy. You're a Brooklyn
2024.
boy.
I'm gonna be a little bit more fun.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
I'm gonna be a
the
fun
judge.
guy.
Yeah. Really? You're going to really get out there?
I may not drink tomorrow.
You might have a banh
but,
mi. You're not
yeah.
going to drink at the Knicks game tomorrow?
I'm not sure. I'm trying not to drink until Friday.
God, but it's a Knicks game. We're going to a Knicks game, folks, and Drago's trying to bail on the festivities.
I don't know.
If you don't want to drink, I'll invite someone else. My God.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'll replace.
I've already bought the ticket.
I don't care. You don't get to come if you don't have a beer.
Oh my God.
You gotta have a grow up, man.
See this?
We have 3 years left on this earth. Who gives a shit?
This is kind of
Going sober right now is legitimately, I'll say it. It's R worded. It's RJ. What are you doing? Just drink. Who cares? Maybe don't go overboard, but have a beer. Come on, grow up. There's no water left. There's a lot of beer though, so we'll always have beer.
Yeah.
I bet soon we'll have to drink beer because it'll be cleaner than the drinking water. 5 years. 5 years.
Oh, didn't
That's
they
what
do
they
that
used to have to do.
medieval times, right?
Yeah, so I bet we're gonna go back to medieval times soon.
Wine
yeah.
and a chicken leg every night.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. No more feminism. We'll get rid of that.
I can
We'll
help.
get rid of that.
I can help with that.
That's why I go to Renaissance fairs to practice for the end of the world, folks.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think your role would be in like a Renaissance-y time?
Jester, or like a Varys in Game of Thrones, that like bald eunuch who kind of pulls all the strings but has no power really.
The dickless Uggo.
Yeah, the dickless Uggo who just gets everyone killed though, but in
Yeah.
the end he is slaughtered as well. But he has a good run. The spider. He weaves all the webs.
Yeah.
I would like, that's a good role. You don't want to be king.
You like the idea of manipulating people behind the scenes. It's kind of a sinister way to live life, but
Who would you be in a medieval world?
I'd be like a virtuous kind of guy.
Right, yeah, but you aren't in this world, but you would be in medieval times.
I think I'm pretty virtuous.
You give no money to charity. You don't donate. You don't volunteer. But
I donate.
Suddenly,
I donate when called upon.
When's the last time you donated to a charity?
I donated over during Black Lives Matter.
Over 3 years ago?
Uh-huh.
Almost 4 years ago.
No.
3.5 years ago, yeah.
Is that really 3.5 years ago?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I sent some dough.
Yeah, how much money did you send?
How much prison relief in prison relief?
Oh, the bail bond fund, probably.
Yeah.
How much money did you send?
Probably cool 50.
$50.
I think I made a dent.
Wow, he's a virtuous man here on Earth, and he'll give you 50 gold coins in the medieval world.
Yeah, but also like as a
leprosy.
knight though, I'd fight for my people.
You'd fight for women. You'd fight for blonde women for sure.
Wars were started over women, and they will end over women.
True.
So,
you ever met a woman you'd start a war over?
yeah, honestly, if like everyone in my town or whatever is like, oh, we got to fight over this queen, I'd be like, well, how hot is she? And then I look at her and I go, okay.
Yeah, Israel Palestine would be a lot better if you knew, oh, they're just fighting over this hot Palestinian woman. If you just knew there was like this hot, stacked Palestinian woman who sucked off an IDF soldier, but then ran away, and he's just trying to find her, everyone would be like, I get it. It's
right.
I don't agree with the method, but he's got to do what he's got to do. Ibrahim's got to do what he's got to do to get her back.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think that would be. I think that's what they got to do. They got to have a photo shoot. Hottest Palestinian, hottest Israelis. Put them in a calendar. Let's raise some money. That could be big.
My boy's wife is Israeli. She's really hot.
Wow. That's what a fact. That's great.
Yeah, I can.
You have no pictures to back that up or anything?
Oh, yeah.
No, we shouldn't do this on the pod. We don't need to get horny on the pod anymore.
No more getting horny.
Oh,
yo.
Oh boy, was that audible to the listeners? I don't know, but that was bad. I didn't think it was going to smell bad.
What the fuck?
I didn't think it was going to smell bad. Usually
I'm
they
talking
don't.
through my sweatshirt.
Usually
right now.
they don't, but that was
What the
bad.
fuck
That was
that?
mac and cheese and Cajun shrimp, folks. That's what that one was. If you can smell it from home, that was a little bodega classic, a little shrimp and mac and cheese right there.
Holy shit!
That was
dude.
wrong what I did, and I'll give Drago a little extra of the Patreon next month. That was
what
wrong.
The fuck?
Folks, you gotta join the Patreon. Drago's he's going through a lot right here.
Yeah,
I just put him through a lot there, and we were gaining pretty rapidly on the Patreon, folks. We took a little break around the end of the year. It's kind of slowed down, and remember, we each have $12,000 of debt we need to get out of. We've put a lot of money into this, and We'd love you to join the Patreon, get an extra episode, and new interviews with Drago. He's doing these interview episodes. We got more content than ever on
bonus
the Patreon.
Content, extra episodes.
$3, $5, $10 tiers. You can ask questions. You get free tickets to stand-up shows. A lot of people redeem those in Minneapolis, and they all had a great time.
I got a feeling if we get 30 more patrons, Jeff's cough will go away.
Yeah, maybe I can go to a doctor more regularly also. Maybe think about that. Maybe I'll get rid of this. I've had phlegm in my mouth since early November now. It's been over 2 months this thing's been going on, folks. Maybe I can go to a real fucking doctor and not these minute clinics.
It does
we get a couple more patrons.
Kind of fits your vibe though, like being sickly.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of a sickly man.
Yeah, I am a sickly man. I died when I was a kid, folks. Sorry, I'm the boy who lived.
Oh yeah, did you ever tell our
We've
listeners
talked about that on the pod. I think when I was choked as a kid, folks, I died for 8 minutes as a child. I'm the boy who lived. I've seen the other side. It wasn't much.
How old were you?
I was like 14, 15 months old.
Oh, so you don't remember the...
No, I don't remember it, no. All I remember is that God looked at me and he said, "You are the chosen one." I don't know what that means, but yeah, That's all I remember. Yeah, and this is what I've done with it.
You've done so much for the world.
This is what I've done. I brought so much joy to the people of Albany and Bakersfield and Long Island even.
Brea. Can't forget
Brea. That was that one stunk too. Suburbs suck. I can't imagine living. If you live in the suburbs, why do you do it?
Comment.
I'd just love to know. Comment. Why do you live in the suburbs? I can't imagine.
Why do you got to go to Yard House every weekend?
Why do you go to fucking Chili's to eat? Well, there's a great brewery though. Here's the thing. Every brewery in every suburb is the exact same. They're all the same.
That manager at the Improv was like, we're like, oh, like, where should we go nearby? And he was like, oh, no brainer. Got to go to Yard House.
You got to go to Yard
like,
House.
He's like, I worked there. I've worked in those restaurants for like 15 years. It's the best.
It's the best. You go there, it's just the most obvious cookie cutter corporate chain. It looks like every other bar in America.
Spinach and artichoke it's the saltiest thing of all time.
Yeah, they just pour salt and fat on all the food. They're just playing the same 50 songs. They play Counting Crows and Nickelback. Mm-hmm. It's so funny what people. God bless you all. Who
Once
work
every
in the
20 minutes, 1979 by Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah,
plays.
they play that constantly. A song I've never really liked. I love the Smashing Pumpkins. I find that song to be horribly overrated.
I think probably just overdone in your mind. It's been like it's just everywhere in our life.
Yeah, it's overplayed. Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins rip though. Billy Corgan. Very bad opinions, but I do love the Smashing Pumpkins.
He's got bad opinions?
He's really alt-right. Yeah. Huge alt-right guy. Yeah,
someone's got to stand up for men, though.
He's a big men's rights activist. Yeah.
We need a voice.
And he's an amazing guitarist, folks. You can't win it all. Kanye West, yeah, he has some anti-Semitic opinions. He also is the greatest producer of the 21st century. So you got to take what you can from it, folks.
Yeah, he's anti-J.
Are you serious?
Kanye is, right?
Yeah, he's virulently anti-Semitic. Yeah, he's like gives pro-Palestine people a bad name because they think he's on the same boat, which of course we're not. Though I do love Kanye dearly and would love to talk. I'd love to have a beer with Kanye.
Why don't we answer
some questions? I'm trying to think. I have one thing. I want to talk about microdosing, but we'll save that for the Patreon. I want to talk about DMT and microdosing. I met some people who do it, and I have some unsavory things to say about it. I think it's just leads to not good people. No offense, Joe Rogan, but I think hallucinogens are kind of for losers after a certain point. What's the question? You said you had one you were dying to ask.
Jeff, what gets you...
Who is this from?
What gets to you when you're on the road? What's your favorite part of it? This is from EN3S.
EN3S, thank you for being a patron. Remember, that's the only way you can ask questions, folks. So read that again. I love to listen to you read.
Jeff, what gets to you when you're on the road? What's your favorite part of it?
What's my favorite part? What gets to me on the road? You know what? Here's what I'll say. 2020, 2029, 2024, whatever year it is. This is the year I'm not sharing hotel rooms anymore. I'm going to demand a hotel room. I had to share hotels for half the year last year. That sucks. Sharing a hotel room sucks. That was grating on the road. I like to be alone in my hotel. I like to be high in my hotel room at night watching ESPN and eating snacks from the counter. I love to go to the hotel counter, buy 3 bags of chips, and just eat them like a dirty little pig in the bed.
Yeah.
Nothing I love better than being a little oinker in the bed in a hotel room.
Yeah.
That's fun as hell. And
That's
I'm done
dead
with
true.
6 a.m. flights. I'm not flying before 10 a.m. anymore. You can't do a 6 a.m. flight. It ruins your whole day.
The
It
waking
never
up at
works
4.
out. Waking up at or you're like, I'm going to stay up all night. It has never gone well.
All right, let's wait. But
Never.
I do want to backtrack for a sec.
He wants to backtrack from the question he just asked me.
Best Sports Center 1 a.m. Sports Center snacks. I'll go first.
Okay, I'll actually allow this pivot. That was a good one. That was
It's a
good.
fucking awesome.
I thought you were
pivot.
going to be like, well, actually, what's the best blonde woman? What's the best female actress who is a blonde woman? That's what I was thinking about. I know you were talking about something else, but that's what I was thinking about.
Sid the Kid.
Sydney Sweeney. Is Scarlett Johansson blonde?
No, but she walked so Sydney could run.
Yeah,
for
she's
sure.
much hotter and more talented.
Okay.
Sydney Sweeney's not really
I'm
talented.
trying to think of the...
Is she? Who's Sydney's? What's she even in?
Dude, I saw a movie with her recently, but hold on. I need
She's not
to...
an actress. She's just a...
She's in like kind of a horror
She's
movie
very
recently where she's
beautiful.
she's actually getting plowed in like the first 10 minutes of it.
Of course,
It's awesome.
that's how they always start.
Yeah, that's what you have
Okay,
to do.
the snacks in the hotel room while you're watching Sports Center. Scott Van Pelt's on. I've listened to Scott Van Pelt more than I've listened to my father. That man he's just got a voice for TV and a face for radio.
He makes you feel so at home.
He does. You got to get jalapeno kettle chips.
Damn.
Absolutely. Any form of kettle chip, really, but jalapeno, in my opinion, is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Kettle chips are one of the greatest things of all time. A little bag of Cheez-Its. Oh, those extra toasty ones. Oh, my God.
Okay.
The extra toasted ones. Then you get 2 Reese's peanut butter cups. Then maybe a little Sour Patch Kid if they got that. That's the whole package. Or maybe if they have a little Sabra hummus and pretzel dip. That could be nice, too.
I think the Reese's was a great call.
Reese's are the best candy,
I
unquestionably.
think the jalapeno chips are a great call.
I know. I do this literally every weekend. This is all I live for.
I think
And I usually buy a beer. If the hotel sells them, I'll buy 1 beer as well.
I think Sour Patch is all-time RJ though.
Oof. You hate to hear it, folks. You hate to hear a bad opinion from a great man.
There's better.
You hate to hear a
There's-
legend stumble like that.
There's better.
You don't eat the whole bag of Sour Patch, of course. You save it over 3 nights. You have a few every night.
That's not
You
how
can't
snacking
have-
works.
you can't have
That's just not how snacking
Sour
works.
Patch Keep. They were made 80 years ago. They just pick them from a pile. They made them in the 20s. They don't go bad.
Well, yeah, but you have to finish it, dude.
No, you don't. No, you
You
don't.
have
That's
to.
no, you don't. No one's ever eaten a whole bag of Sour Patch.
I'll say this,
It's
dude.
impossible. Oh, Reese's Pieces.
No,
Reese's
no.
Pieces as well.
I'll say this: if there's a peanut butter M&M in there, that's all time.
Peanut butter M&Ms are just a poor man's Reese's. That's just what idiots who can't get Reese's Pieces are getting.
Are you
M&Ms
serious
are
right now?
not the same quality. The peanut butter is not the same.
You're crazy,
It's not
dude.
good peanut butter.
You don't like peanut butter M&Ms? Dude, you suck.
Right into the mic, folks. Sorry, I had a little Cajun shrimp and a little mac and cheese. It can get a little dicey sometimes.
Dude,
I
this
won't
is such
fart on-
bullshit.
I'm not going to fart on the pot again, but that was wrong. But it was funny. though.
Peanut butter M&Ms are not as good as Reese's Pieces?
They're not. No one would. Anyone. What did E.T. came across the galaxy? What did he eat? Oh, yeah, he ate Reese's Pieces. He didn't come across the galaxy to eat a fucking peanut
You've
butter
never
M&M.
referenced anything past 1991 ever in your life.
You
dude.
just
It's
talked
so
about watching
annoying.
Cape Fear.
1991.
Is that the year?
Yeah.
Is that actually the year it came out?
It is the year it came out.
Wow. So you picked that just so you could say that what you referenced was timely enough?
It is.
Oh, you just
after,
so happened
after
to...
Cape Fear came out, you can
so
say
happened to
anything.
fit the arbitrary criteria that you
But
invented.
I saw Cape Fear last night. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I saw E.T. Well, probably 30 years ago, but it's a great movie. It's one of those famous movies of all time. I can't reference E.T.
But they didn't have peanut butter M&Ms at the time. If they
did.
No, they didn't.
Let's look them up. Let's look that up. This I will actually look. When did peanut butter M&Ms get invented? Yeah, you might be right. Let me see. Let me see though. Peanut butter.
Oh my god, this
M&M.
is such a great question.
We're not even done with this one yet.
I just want to make sure I got it.
Damn it.
I can just talk out loud
Oh
sometimes.
my-
You just farted into the mic. I can say whatever.
Touche. These peanut butter M&Ms were not released until 1991. Okay.
That's weird.
Wow.
That's really
1991's the year of the pod, apparently. Everything happened.
I was born in
90.
91.
He was born in 91. I was already a year old and talking 4 years before he ever spoke a word.
That's true.
Yeah, wow. Imagine that, folks. I probably could count to 10 before Alex could even say Dada.
I think it was Mama.
I think your first word was cop. Cop. All cops are bastards.
Cop Dad.
All cop, no justice, no peace. What were you like as a baby? Were you a troublesome child?
I cried a lot.
Oh, because you couldn't talk.
Apparently, I
Because
cried
you couldn't communicate with anyone.
until I was like 8. I cried like a damn baby all the time. I kept crying. That's all I
Really?
was-
You don't remember that? You should have memories till you were 8.
I do remember, actually. I remember crying when I was 7 quite a bit, and when I was 6 quite a bit. But then 9, I became a man.
Where were you crying? Like in public?
Any chance I got, dude. Any chance I got.
Any chance you got?
I was a crier growing up, dude. It's weird to think about.
One of the least surprising things I've heard. I cried a lot. I got mad a lot. I get angry a lot.
Yeah,
I'm an argumentative child.
My grandma said that like it got to a point where she didn't have to like say go to your room. I would just cry and say, I know, I'm going to my room.
Oh, she's like, no more baby food for you.
Dude,
You don't get any more Gerber baby food from Gaga.
she
Or
would
what was
never
her name?
take-
Baba?
She would never take the nectar of the gods away from me.
God, that's just so disgusting. If has anyone ever heard of a grown adult eating baby food before?
I ate it until I was 18.
I know it's wrong and it's disgusting and it's
But only
that's autism as well.
only
You're so-
banana flavored Gerber.
That's
banana
even weirder
flavor.
that you were so specific.
Why is
about
that
it.
weirder?
You weren't even just like I like the company. You're just like I only like banana. The other flavors are trash.
Dude, we had it
Did
on
you
the
try
pod
the
last
other
year.
ones?
It's still good.
We had it on the pod 2 years ago. That was over 2 years ago, folks. That was one of our first episodes when we ate the baby food.
Yeah,
That was back when we still had the fire in our eyes. That was back before Alex gave up. That was before Alex gave up and turned into a pool shark.
I
When
am
he
a
was
pool
still
shark now.
trying to make a career out of comedy.
Yeah.
Now he just hustles busty
And-
women out of their wares.
And working logistics, folks.
He works in. One day you'll quit that job. Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Why don't you just quit and become my social media manager?
Yeah, sure. It definitely wouldn't be enough.
No, probably not.
What's the
Yeah.
most... This is from Kylie Kick.
Kylie Kick, a longtime patron. Thank you, Kylie, for giving us your money and your time.
What's the most demeaning thing you've had to endure for the sake of of your comedy career? Actually, you're looking at it, Kylie Kick.
Oh, doing the podcast with a legend.
Jesus.
Doing a
I
podcast
had
with one of the greatest men from Woodbury, Minnesota to ever
to
live.
deal with this fuckhead every week.
Uh-huh.
on the
What's the most
pod.
demeaning thing? Doing comedy at a burlesque show is very demeaning. Not because burlesque is
Bro,
demeaning.
we performed for those strippers.
Oh, we performed at a strip club.
That was
That's right.
brutal.
I wouldn't say demeaning's the word there, but that was a lot. It was also on a Sunday at 5 p.m. That was probably the demeaning part. No, it was actually like at 3 p.m. It was a summer day in Nashville, Tennessee. It was 90 degrees out at 3 p.m. We're inside at like the Lamplighter Lounge.
And if people liked your act, they threw money at you.
Yeah, that was demeaning.
You joked for money.
That's why I'll never go to a strip club. Just seeing that happen to us, I'm like, oh, this is so sad.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Like to see someone before you make more money than you, and then you go up there and try your hardest, and the lady who threw $5 at the last guy threw one at me. That fucking hurt to watch. That shit sucked. That was a low day in our lives.
Or just seeing people maybe look for their money and they're like, oh shit.
They're like,
actually-
I only have a 5. They hear the joke. They're like, that was more of a $1 joke. I only have a $5 bill. I'm not gonna send that out. Ugh. And then we had to pick all the dollars up. We had to put them all in a paper bag, and then they paid us with a paper bag filled with dollar
we had
bills.
to get on our hands and knees.
And then we
like
had to
a
count
couple
it
of
outside.
strippers, yeah.
That stunk. That was really bad.
That was a tough.
I've done a couple character roasts that while they were fun, wearing a Wario costume was not exactly what I had in mind for my 30s.
I wore Chewbacca.
You had to wear a Chewbacca costume. Yeah, see, that's just not. No human should have to do that. I had to dress as Yoshi one time. Just like, what? What does Yoshi wear? It's just not good.
Do you ever bark?
Oh, we used to bark in Madison, Wisconsin. I wore a gorilla costume. Those were actually some of the most fond memories of my life, actually. Those were that we used to get there early every week for the Madison open mic, and we would bark, so we'd get on the list. We did it every week for probably 8 to 10 months, and it was probably the best time of my adult life. Everything since then has been downhill. That was when we thought if you just got on stage and you were funny, that's all you had to do to get famous. Now you find out it's mostly about purchasing dick-sucking lips and having a famous father or something like that.
There's a lot more that goes into it.
A lot more. You have to have a dad who wrote for SNL. That's kind of how you get into the business, really. But we thought you could just be funny, and boy, those were beautiful days.
Some of the worst comics are really famous now.
Comedy is bigger than it's ever been, but man, it's bad. You see Joe Coy hosting that Golden Globes.
Floundering.
He couldn't even. He was blaming his writers. That shit's embarrassing.
That's so embarrassing.
That's pathetic. He's like, sorry, the writers wrote that one. It's like
he said the ones you laughed at, I wrote.
If I was his writer, I hope they slapped him behind the. I hope they fucking kicked him in the balls after the show.
That's so rude.
Fucking go back to the Philippines, Joe Coy. That was fucked up. Also, he was like complaining, like, I only had 10 days to prepare. That's a long time.
Yeah, to do 10
That's
minutes.
a really long time to write. Also, like, jokes for award shows are very basic. They're you don't have to put much thought into them.
It's a hot crowd.
It's a hot crowd, yeah. I didn't think the jokes were honestly that bad. I just thought his pompous delivery was, and he just wasn't. He's just not funny. How is he one? You know, he's like a top 5 comic in the world.
Oh, for sure.
How? He's not funny at all.
He probably sells out.
He just
like
sells
arenas,
like
right?
he just goes on stage and is like, my Filipino mom's like, oh, Joe, are you going to clean your room? And I'm like, no, Mom, I'm Filipino. We don't clean our rooms. Am I right? That's like the comedy he does.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre. I don't understand it, but whatever. He's bathing in money and dated Chelsea Handler for a few years. So
I would too.
She's hot, but she also went heavily pro-Israeli recently. Another hero bit the dust. She did a propaganda video with like this famous Zionist influencer.
We should do like a little thing like who bit the dust this week.
We lost Eliza Schlesinger, we lost Sarah Silverman, we lost Chelsea Handler, we lost Amy Schumer. Rough go for probably the 4 biggest white female comics. They really showed their asses.
Yeah.
These fucking losers. I'm a feminist. Unless they're brown women and they're being slaughtered, then I actually hate them. Go fuck yourself.
Do you want to do one more before we
let's
head
do
out?
one more. I know I'm angry. I thought we wouldn't talk about Israel for 1 week.
Let's do something more lighthearted.
Yeah, do something lighthearted. No,
Favorite movie, album, or book from 2023?
like it had to be released that year, or I was introduced to it.
That you read or
that I
watched.
read. Oh, well,
read, watched, or saw.
Let me just look at my
saw.
massive bookshelf over there. Look at that collection. You can't see it, folks, but my God, what a collection. Let's see. What did I read last year? That was good. What did you read a book last year?
I read Stoner by John
Oh,
Williams.
that's okay. So that's the best book of the year for you.
I read one. I gotta get that book from Ishmael again.
You got to read the same book again?
No, a different. He's got another book for me.
What is it?
I don't know.
Did he tell you? Oh,
No.
he didn't tell you. I think the Hunter S. Thompson books I read, that was my favorite thing. Was I'd read him before, but I forgot how good he is. He really is he's the funniest. He's the best journalist to ever live. He's amazing.
Which book?
Hunter.
Is it that one? The Fear?
Well, Kingdom of Fear and Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail 72, and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and Generation Swine. He's amazing. Hunter S. Thompson's he's my hero. I'll say it. He's my hero. He's a genius. And heroes died the same way, folks, with a shotgun in their mouth. That's how they go.
There's an
you
album
live life
by,
enough, and that's all you. Then you just leave.
He shotgunned himself?
I don't know if it was shotgun, but it was a gun.
Yeah.
Ernest Hemingway was shotgun. Yeah.
Smart dudes.
You live a amazing life, then you get out of here at 65. I think that's the way to go. You don't have to wither away.
If I hear that you die, I'm not even gonna ask how. I'm gonna go, how big was that fucking gun?
Wow,
That's what
you'll
I'm
know
saying.
it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that before 60. No. I almost did. I thought about it in high school, but no, folks. I said no. I want to start a podcast when I get older.
You had suicidal thoughts in high school?
Oh yeah, come on. What are we kidding?
I was dominating.
Yeah, you were dunking. I was just, I want Chris to love me. Oh, I should take all these ibuprofen right now.
Oh
God.
my
God.
You're gonna go out with Advil
My
PM.
best friend. Oh my God. And then you take 7 of them and you just wake up feeling refreshed. You're just like, maybe I was just sad because my back hurt,
Oh my God.
I used to have a joke about that, but it never quite hit. Suicide's almost impossible to make funny. I think that's the hardest thing to make funny.
Yeah.
It's almost. I've actually never really seen someone do it. I've never seen a good suicide joke. I've tried to tell a few. I've heard a bunch. I've never heard one.
You don't
that
like
was
Drew's?
funny.
Suicide?
Suicide?
Drew Michaels joke?
What is the joke?
Um,
If you say that and then you can't tell it, I'll be so furious.
I can believe that you will be mad here, but
That's it?
no.
Okay.
So the funniest way to kill yourself would be to shoot yourself in the head at the top of a slide.
Okay.
And then people just have to kind of watch you
Go down.
Go down.
Okay.
go down the slide.
I guess. Yeah, I guess we have different definitions of funny, but yeah, no, that's funny.
Well, he does it much
I do
better.
remember that joke. That was funny, but it's rare. I'd say suicide and mocking the troops are the two. Those are the two holy grails of comedy. If you can do that, you're a G. And rape, though I don't think we should really joke about it, honestly. But unless it's a Catholic priest, then it's funny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the one rape we all find hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Catholic priests and prison rape, we've all just decided, oh, that's actually funny because it's men getting raped, and we don't consider that as big of a crime.
It's funny to me.
I'm not saying it's not funny, but it is interesting that people laugh at those, but you can't. It's interesting the lines we draw as a society.
Strange Ranger, best album of 2023. It's called Pure Music. It's the
Pure
best album.
music.
It's the best thing. I mean, I still listen to it every single day.
Did it actually come out in
point.
2023?
Yeah.
Okay.
That or the Japanese House album. That came
Okay.
out last year.
I would say the music I got into most was Steely Dan and Funkadelic. George Clinton, everything George Clinton touches is gold. He might be the most talented musician of all time.
I appreciate you guys on the Patreon liking the songs I send. That's really cool.
Yeah, Alex always posts those songs, and I never listen to a single one.
Which
I'll
is
say.
fine. They're not for you.
Yeah, I've listened to Big Pink or Pink Thief or whatever you listen to. Is it Pink Thief? That's your favorite band?
Wild Pink.
I know. I was just kidding. Big Pig. That's the other one.
Yeah, it's gonna be my album title.
Big Pig. Big Pig. Oh man, why do you, folks? Shouldn't he record an album?
I should do something.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, record a special. It only has to be 30 minutes long these days. No one cares if they're an hour anymore. Just record a 30-minute.
Nah.
I'll give you a long feature set one night.
Just
Just
let it
crank
go.
it out. People have done that before. That's the best spot. They don't even know they're getting an album. They're just holy shit, this guy's cooking.
You guys are about to get something special.
That could be good. Could be big. I think we got to wind this one down, folks. I think you guys can tell I'm a little under the weather. I don't feel great. But we're going to do one more Patreon after this. We're going to talk about microdosing, DMT. One other thing. I want to talk about the China bus I rode from Albany. I also want to talk about the upcoming college championship. Maybe we'll talk about some college memories, folks. I was thinking of going down memory lane. What do you want to talk about on the Patreon?
I want to talk about those same things, dude.
Oh, okay. That's what you wrote down. You wrote down those same things. And I got a couple new jokes. I think my ones last week were better, but I think I have one that's pretty good.
Fuck, I didn't write yesterday. God damn it.
Wow, you hate to see it, folks. He was too busy thinking about how he's going to be a pool shark. He's too thinking about hustling another
Sign us
busty
off.
blonde
Sign us
out
off,
of her
kid.
barista check. Drago, what do you have to plug coming up? This episode's coming out next Monday. What do you have to plug in the rest of January?
I'm dry in January, dude. I got nothing till Raleigh. Sad.
Okay, we got Raleigh in early February. I got the Oxnard, Ontario, and Irvine Improvs in Los Angeles. Not Los Angeles proper though, which I'm not happy about either. Vancouver, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Raleigh, St. Louis, Springfield, Missouri, and there's one more I'm forgetting. Oh, yeah, Appleton, Wisconsin. Buy tickets, folks. You know it, whitecomedian.com. I just renewed the domain name for $80. I pay $80 a year for that joke, so make sure to join the Patreon. So it's been 10 years. I've spent $800 owning whitecomedian.com. Has it even earned me $800? Debatable. It's debatable, folks. This has been episode 108. 108 of You're an Idiot. We're 18 episodes N-word free, folks. And that means we only have how many more episodes left, Drago? We're 18 N-word free. 100 minus 18 is
82.
Wow. Okay. I thought little math on the spot. Okay.
Sign us
What's
off.
20% of 100?
20% of 100?
Yeah.
What's 20%
Of 100. Okay, yeah, okay. That took you a little longer than I thought, but okay. That's good, folks. You've been an idiot for listening. We love you. Good night and good luck.